Yo, what's going on, everybody? Dave Fly P with the Intellekt, and I want to thank you all for tuning in. As you already know, Space Jam: A New Legacy has just released, and I'm not gonna lie to you all. I am excited. I'm just gonna be honest with you. I'm an adult now, and the first one came out when I was a very small child. So to see this movie come back, it is like truly exciting. So let's go ahead and get into this review. I loved how convenient it was not having to leave the house to watch it. HBO Max was so convenient. All I had to do was turn on my TV and just turn it on and not have to wait in any line and just get straight to it. It was lovely. And not to mention, I didn't have to pay for it individually. So that was like a huge plus on my part and a lot of people's part. We all know what it's like to not want to leave the house. So to have something right here on the TV screen and you not have to pay for it was absolutely beautiful, just perfect. Another thing is that the movie revisits LeBron's younger days and him needing to focus on basketball to create a better life for his family. And I think that's really important because LeBron has had a rough upbringing, and basketball was a true vehicle to turn a lot of things around for his family and change a lot of things going forward. The storyline implemented a lot of modern technology that was a tool for Dom, which is his son in the movie, and a weapon for Algae Rhythm. So you will see how things that we use on a regular basis is being used as something that really empowers somebody, but also can be a weapon for somebody else that's jealous and hateful. Another thing, great use of the Looney Tunes characters. You saw the Looney Tunes characters in a lot of different situations that are also movies that are produced by Warner Brothers that I didn't know were by Warner Brothers because it's been such a long time. The Matrix, Austin Powers, Back to the Future, Mad Max. Mad Max originally, I always thought that theme was, California Love by Tupac, but now Space Jam has led me to see where California Love's inspiration has come to be inspired by. One of the best parts about this movie was how Looney Tune characters were digitized. Everybody knows that Looney Tunes has been around. If you're over 25, Looney Tunes has pretty much been in your cartoon rotation as a kid. So it goes even further back before then. Like, even for our parents, Looney Tunes was in their cartoon rotation. So to see characters get digitized for 2021 is absolutely amazing, and they looked great. Last but not least, I like the overall message of the film, which is to give kids a power of choice, because a lot of times parents can be overbearing with their messages to their kids and just tell them who they're going to be and what they're going to be when they grow up, which is usually a doctor or a lawyer or something along those lines. But nowadays, with the technology that we have, there's so many more opportunities that are available for kids and adults too. So if you're thinking about switching up that 9 to 5 that you have more opportunities based on the technology that's available. So it's not just about kids too. It's something that we can learn too. Kids these days, they have a lot of talent, and a lot of it comes from technology, as I just mentioned. So to allow them to really explore that and be who they truly are on the inside is beautiful, because nobody wants to feel like they're caged in as a person. And but one thing I will say is this: kids need to be active. I know they have a lot of technology and they playing on them all day and looking at TikTok and Instagram and all that. But at the same time, I know LeBron forced basketball on his son, but I think that kids should be active overall because it's all about health. They need to get outside and get that blood flowing. So let's go ahead and move into the cons. Basically, we got the same storyline that we did over 20 years ago. Somebody is at risk of losing something, and the Looney Tunes are reluctantly that person's option for help. I mean, we saw that already. It was just like, in any scenario, the Looney Tunes aren't the best people to go to for help. the movie spends too much time assembling the team that we already know is going to consist of. So it was just a lot of time wasted. As I mentioned, Warner Brothers did a good job by putting characters and retrieving them from other Warner Brothers scenarios, but at the same time, it's just like, we get it. Okay, all of this could have been, either sped up or some of those parts could have got chopped away because it was a lot of time wasted. What they should have did was that the movie should have went more in depth about LeBron's childhood and his background because, as I said before, LeBron grew up in a tough situation. So it would have been nice to see what it was like for LeBron to be growing up poor, the stress that his mother was going through to support the both of them, LeBron not having his father. See, LeBron being a father now and being successful, he's able to be a father and be that person that he didn't have when he was growing up. But they should have showed what it was like for him, LeBron James, to not have his father and how that affected him, because that is the story of a lot of young children, especially young black kids. So it'd have been nice to show what that was like so people can get a better idea of what people go through, you know what I'm saying? And what it's like to not have a dad around and not have both parents, really. Because sometimes some kids have their father, but they don't have their mother. And what is that like to not have, both parents? What is that like? Warner Brothers could have animated that portion just like how they did in the original film when Michael Jordan was given that ultimatum, either beat us or you're going to be stuck to a contract for the rest of your life, and just the horror of that in, animation form. So that would have been dope to kind of brush through LeBron's life and see that in animation, just to kind of give it that 90s old school feel, because the movie already went into the Looney Tunes world at one point. So him just explaining, if he would have explained to the Looney Tunes, like, I just didn't have my father when I was growing up, and all I had was basketball, and I just want my son to be successful, and just really had a heart to heart with all Looney Tunes characters. And it would have just been amazing. It would have been cool to see like a connection between an actual human being and these animated characters. I'm just going to say this. LeBron loved video games as a kid. So to have his son be a video game developer now, LeBron could have connected with his son more about that and just say, hey, man, I didn't have this opportunity to, be a developer, and I really love games, but I had to focus on basketball. But, I don't want to press this upon you. But at the same time, I honor and respect you for doing this, son, because I love video games too. But overall, the movie, the production was amazing. Amazing. It looked so beautiful. It really took you on a ride. If that movie is being seen in 3D, if you can go see it in 3D, I would definitely recommend it. I actually plan on going back to see it again in theaters, and just get that ultimate feel, that surround sound, those booms, those smashes, that high flying energy, and just all of that right there in the theater, just like the good old days. Overall, Warner Brothers could have focused more on the storytelling just as much as they did with the production. But nonetheless, it's a great film, and it's for the kids, because at the end of the day, a lot of things that I might have mentioned would have went over their heads anyway, and the overarching message got told. So nonetheless, it was a great film. It did what it was supposed to do. It could have been better. Not gonna lie about that. I'm not just gonna give it its credit because it's LeBron James and it's Space Jam and it's this glorious film because it looks good. But I just got to be honest, for the next time, because we might get a Space Jam 3. Who might be this next NBA star that has a great story to tell that can be implemented into cartoons? So much love to you all. I'm Dave Flat P, and I'm out.